Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Back on the Mic with the M.
And T.
Today, fuck it, accountability. Can motherfuckers be accountable for their decisions nowadays?
Fuck no, baby. Of course not. We talk about it all the time, man. Women are not good at being accountable for their own actions. Men are not good at being accountable for their own actions.
Why you leave with us though? Because you just made my old face drop.
Because y'all start assuming I'm about to say some bad shit. Y'all always start assuming I'm about to say some bad shit. All I'm saying is niggas don't want to be held accountable for their own decisions. That's the problem we have with society nowadays.
That is the
I think
goddamn
that's
truth.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, men and women.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we look around just everything, nobody, you know what? Fuck this. We are raising bitch ass people, men and women, because you got grown ass men and women that don't take responsibility for shit. They will blame everything. They'll blame the black man, the white man, the red man, the blue man, the blue
woman. Is it your
woman.
reason why I knocked your windows out? Slash the tires. It was his fault. He made me do it.
Well, you know.
We blame other people for our own feelings, and then what we did with our feelings.
Yes. It's about.
Sure reason why I quit my job, why I lost my job.
All that. Because think about it. A lot of people really don't fucking grow up. They just become grown ass kids.
Wow.
Grown ass kids making kid decisions.
Wow.
Think about it. When you're a kid, kids do shit like, don't get the refrigerator. Don't go in there and eat no cookies at the refrigerator until you get something to eat, some real food. But what kids do, they're going to go sneak some shit out there. They're going to eat the shit anyway. And then they're going to get sick. And then the first thing you're going to see when they go to the bathroom is like, oh, your motherfucking ass ate some chips, chocolate chips. Why? I can see in the toilet that's why your ass threw up. Only had one. I told you don't have any. But again, kids.
Right.
But you're supposed to grow the fuck up and become adults after quote unquote 18.
Yes.
But we have 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old fucking
You
kids.
skipped the whole 20.
Yeah, because they're already kids.
Wow.
So they already know that they're still trying to find themselves.
Yeah. But still at 50. By the
50.
time you get to 50, can we at least all agree to by the time you get 50, you should have learned from all of these mistakes?
No.
And at least
Because you got to
80%
50.
of them.
You just aged out. You just aged out. You just been sitting there. Everything been passing right by you.
Yes.
Time been flying past. Wow.
Yes, because
What, talking about it's your fault. It's your fault.
Yep.
It's your fault. Nothing
reason I
your
ain't got no
fault.
man is because of him. I kept giving these goodies. I gave him these goodies for 15 years. He done gave me 3 kids and still didn't want to marry me and shit. That's his goofy ass. He want to marry me. I tried to give him all I can give him. He still didn't do shit for me. Well, why the fuck were you there for 15 years, 3 kids later, and then thought, well, maybe he
Because he was going to change his mind. He said
was
5 years
working
deep, I'm going
on
to
it.
get
He did.
right.
He did.
I'm going to get right.
He did. 15 years is not that long. That's number one.
Every 5 years, if you take it to 3 years segment,
he did a little bit better. Yes.
3 segments of 5 years, every 3 to 5
Yeah.
years, he made a commitment change. He
And
said,
he did do
I'm
a
going to get
little
right.
better. He did a little better.
Just start taking the kid to
bit.
soccer practice.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I ain't saying financially he did better, but he started helping out in different ways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
God damn. Get the hell out of here. And then they wonder
It be
why.
like that.
It is. And then they wonder why these kids are fucked up. I can't believe I didn't raise you like that. You ain't raised a fucking kid at all.
They aged out too.
Yeah, exactly. And at some point, the kid gonna look at what they saw. Again, like we said in the podcast before, kids don't listen to what you tell them. They look at what you fucking do. I'm gonna say this to you. I'm looking at you. They listen to what you do, not what you say, because they're smart. They're little
lead by
humans. They're
example.
little adults. And actually, probably more adults than your goofy ass is. But you'll learn a lesson. You'll learn that lesson real
So
quick.
can I just say there's something important about that sentence. What you do is always more important than what you say. Anybody can say anything. You can say I'm gonna lose weight. You can say I'm gonna build a business. You can say I'm gonna buy a new car. Did you fill out the loan paperwork? Did you start coming up with a business plan? Did you start coming up with a meal plan? Did you buy a gym membership? Those are actual actionable steps to get you to the goal that you set. Niggas just start saying shit and people take the words that are being said to them as fact. You say, he says he loves me. Right. But if he loved you when you were sick because you have pregnancy cramps, and the nigga was sitting there on 2K talking about some, bro, I just sauced that nigga. There's no way. Is you in the bathroom crying?
That's not. He just said he was going through some things and that he was going, he was going to the store when the game was about to be over, though.
No, the nigga sat there and said, "Oh damn, she throwing up, bro. Hold on. Can you quiet down back there? Like, damn.
Shut the fuck up.
I be with you.
There's so many times where people get hoed by quote unquote the people who love them, but they've never done anything to show you that they love you.
Oh,
It's all about the actions. People got. I keep saying it, man. I keep saying it as the nigga off camera, but it's true. Like, the actions that men and women take are the most important thing. Why do you think people find out they get cheated on? Not because some random bitch said, "Oh, he's cheating on you," but nah. Guess when she found out you was cheating on her? When you stopped coming home right after work.
Yeah, when your actions got
When
different.
you stopped eating her cooking.
When you stopped answering the phone off the second ring. And you
Like,
stopped calling back immediately.
You can't change
your
how you
actions
interact
change.
with the person, and then like, oh, I didn't know. How did she find out I was cheating? Like, because all your actions show that you stopped caring.
Because when you cared, you acted differently.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You do.
That's fair. That's
And-
absolutely fair.
And why do women see that? Let me ask you that. 'Cause why do women see that change, and then all of a sudden,
Like,
he can't be
damn,
changing?
I was having a good time in this conversation. I
Hey,
don't know why
hey,
women don't. I don't know.
I'm just asking.
It's hopeful wishing. It's hopeful thinking.
T.
I mean, like, I just wanted him to be better. He was like a big guy. He had these broad shoulders. When the sweat get the dripping on, I was like, dang, he was gorgeous. I just wanted him to be better, to do better. And so I was just waiting.
Okay.
And then maybe I waited too long.
Yes,
I
you
waited
did.
just a little too. I think that's what's happening.
Well-
this the potential. It's the idea of the potential that he could possess to treat me great.
But you know what?
Is that fair?
Okay, so I just one more time. Repeat that exact sentence one more time, please.
too much bullshit. No.
Exactly.
I tried to help.
Potential.
I tried to help.
The potential
I tried
that
to get
nigga can
him
be
on.
great.
Yeah.
That's the energy we're approaching this with.
Gosh.
Potential.
Because why else? Why else would you not like wait on this? Like not expect for him to love on you with the proper action?
Yes.
Because that doesn't make any bit of sense. I mean, desperation. That's you wishing for a man's potential to be great to come to an existence.
Do you know how many people have lived and died with potential?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It happens every day.
Every day.
I have a watch on. I'll tell you, somebody lived and just died
That
with
just
potential. They just lived and just died. Potential gone.
Yeah, you can't. I think that is a very key thing. Like, that's your fault if you're sitting there digging on somebody's potential, because potential is not anything that's real. What you think a man can potentially become is not really who he is. And I think for a lot of women, that is definitely the issue. You think that you have a man when you get with him and y'all are fairly young, 21 to 24, and you're like, yo, the reality of it is that I'm not a gold digger and I am a humble woman. And I do think that this guy has the potential to treat me well, to properly take care of me, to be a respectful man and to have fun with me. And well, I'll be darned if all of that shit didn't go side. What happened? Because it just didn't do what we thought it was gonna do, and then Mr. Potential then gave you 2 kids later.
2 kids later, and you remember that thing I sent you on IG, but the lady says, you give your fresh body, your
No, I'm
body
done.
fresh
I'm not
off
messing
the
with him.
goddamn showroom floor to some bama with or some son of a bitch with some potential. He'll knock you up and crash you and everything else.
And now you got to go to your new husband with your long tits. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the
now,
one.
You see why I said it now, right? Now this woman, he's sending me crazy video messages, and the highlight of it is, you supposed to be giving your husband your perky tits.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
But instead, you go float around in your 20s, give all your perky tits to, any old Tom, Dick, and Harry who, is ready to have a good time. And now, you want to try and go find what old boy said, your 6-figure lover, your long tits, as she like to call
Yes,
them.
the long tits.
And like,
Yes, but
that goes back to the clearance rack.
Yes,
That
yes.
goes back to the clearance rack comment.
That's true.
I mean, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 1. That does.
And that's, see, again.
But just like a man too.
Yes.
Men too.
Yep. Yes.
Because y'all
Yep.
done showed up, your back is all cracked, ass out, or like, I don't know what. What?
Yep.
What's wrong today? You got a herniated what? Get your ass up out of this bed, old ass young boy. No.
Yes.
Oh, give me your broken down self.
That's
Broken
true.
down
But you know what's
self.
funny? I feel like it goes back to we rather date as perfection and then want to get married as whatever. Like you gotta be perfect if you're dating. You gotta showcase the perfect version of you.
Yep.
But yet marriage, like, oh, I had 4 kids, and my youngest is 4 and my oldest is 16. But I'm trying to find me a good, humble Christian man who will love me for who I am. And it's like,
Wow.
nobody deserves disrespect.
You know better now. You do better.
You know better now, you do better. Cool, cool. You know better. You know better.
Thug 10, 12 years ago.
Oh.
She said, nah, she needed a roughneck. She needed a roughneck 17
17 years ago, but
But
now,
now, give me a Christian man. Don't smoke, don't drink, and don't have no gambling addiction. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
Yep.
But then you say like, oh, I want this guy to be perfect. Like he's got to have his P's and Q's together. Where's yours? You don't
Hey,
lost
hey.
half the alphabet.
No. No, see, now we're not talking about me now.
You don't lost half the
We're not
alphabet.
talking about the women now. Yeah, we don't.
Oh,
You
no.
done lost half your alphabet on some bullshit, and now I gotta be perfect. That's disrespectful both ways.
It's like
You can't sit here and tell your girl, oh man, like a woman will sit there and say, rightfully so, hey, what my past is doesn't define my future. You're very much correct. But your past has at least a rough approximation what your future gonna be. Oh.
So it does. It can.
Because
Fine.
because who grows
It can. It actually does. Your
It
past
does.
does affect the
it
future.
does make your future.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if in your past you had a baby, a marriage, a divorce,
So-
an ex,
A couple exes.
I mean, I don't know. Those things kind of go with you in the future. I don't know. That baby certainly does. Like, I'm just saying.
Absolutely. And again, these are based on you not being accountable. And you just
Yeah.
looking at potential, and you went out there and rolled the dice on potential. I got potential with $1 million, but I just crapped out. That's what happens. Women do it all the time. Right now, somebody's making $1 million mistake. They see some guy, fucking bum, that you want to think, oh, he may be a bum now. He may be living in his mama's basement with no car, no job, no future, no
Wow.
hope. But there's a potential of him
It
getting a job.
is. It is. And
I
getting
think
better
he's cute.
shoes.
And the look. See, the thing is, I think what really messes a lot of women up is the look.
How fine a man looks.
How fine a man look. Because
It messes both sexes up, though.
It does.
It messes the men
It
up,
does.
too, because the women come through and it's nice looking joint. Yeah. Nah, y'all get knocked off your socks. Y'all about ready to pay everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
401k, everything.
Oh my God, no. So I can tell the story in the pod because you know the story I'm about to say. So in college, one night it had to have been towards the end of the year. So end of the year. So I'm thinking maybe June or July.
Okay.
Not June or July. Give me Christmas, April and May. And we get a knock on our front door. Some guy comes in, he goes, hey man. I was like, oh, I saw you earlier. He was with the beautiful Filipino chick. But he's at our front door. I'm like, hey man, what you doing here? He said, listen, remember the girl you saw me earlier? Yeah. Bro, she in the bed, in the crib, right now, ready to go. I ain't got no condoms. And I was like, all right. Now, again, why you knocking at my front door? No harm, no foul. Put 2 and 2 together. Guys room. Understand. Let me see if we can help you out. So we got 6 people in the room, 6 men. Somebody's bound to have condoms. We just gotta run the gambit and figure it out.
Yeah, who got it?
Right. Who's willing to sacrifice for this nigga right here?
Yes, yes.
So as we're sitting here going through the inventory and figure out who has what, man, let's go. Yeah, man, you know, she was fine. You know, we having a great night. And look, dog, it's all good, dog. If y'all ain't got no condoms, I feel y'all. If y'all not trying to give me some, I feel they expensive. I'll just go ahead and saran wrap the shit and put a rubber band on it or just give her a baby. That's really where I'm at right now. Nigga, no. I was like, bro, I don't think we have to live life like that. I think if you just give us a few seconds, we can come out on the other side of this free and clear. He's like, all right, cool. So we eventually get everything squared away. We give it to him. He's like, man, I appreciate y'all. Because I was just about to go to such room and get a rubber band. I swear to God. No, don't saran wrap your penis and put a rubber band on it for a condom. It's not. No. The option should never be either A, I have sex with her with a condom, or B, I'm going to give her a baby. That
should never be a choice.
How about option C? We wait till tomorrow. Try to sink in.
We could have went to a store. I don't know.
It was early. It was early.
It's 7-11.
Early enough.
7-11. Where you went to college at? Where were y'all at?
Yeah, so where we were, we had 24-hour 7-Eleven. We had 24-hour 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
You just had to walk. If you had to walk from campus, it was a mile.
Oh,
if you had to drive, which he had a car. Right. He had a car.
Yeah.
He had a car, which means you could have gone 1 mile down the road.
Yeah, and got
yourself some condom.
Yeah.
Yo said, right now, here's where I'm at. It's either y'all have condoms or I'm gonna give her a baby.
Wow.
No. There's too many niggas who think that that's the option. I ain't got no condoms, so I guess she will get the baby today.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, but they're okay with the baby because when you talk about accountability, they're not going to be held to the same standard.
No, they won't.
When
will.
It's time to, handle the baby on any capacity.
Absolutely.
And then, we cry about the financial burden that's been put on the male later on down the road, and it's like, no.
Exactly.
Let's stop pretending like you didn't just show up for a good time, and then when it was time for you to get involved, like now you screaming like, my paycheck is being snatched. Yeah, I need some of that.
Yes, because again, that's based on not being accountable.
Yeah.
You took the risk.
Yep.
And you just said, well, hopefully it won't make it. And it made it.
No, it made it. No, you did. You took the risk, and you was like, I'm okay with the outcome of the risk, but if it come out on, on one side, I'm going to just say, fuck it. Yeah, go ahead and say fuck it. I'm going to say fuck it all the way to the courthouse. And then be all offended. I can't believe she... No, you can believe that she did that. You can believe it took her like how long she been telling you. Been saying it. Been asking for your help. And then you pretending. Nah, she held you accountable.
Got to be.
Just like her body held her accountable for you shooting up the club.
Oh, Lord.
And that belly pop.
See.
Yeah, the judge gonna hold you accountable, and that check gonna get popped.
Oh, it definitely gonna get popped. And let me say, let me bring up a very, a very controversial thing I saw on IG. A men's advocate said, and I quote, "We should start doing DNA tests at the hospital."
Yeah. Yeah.
He said that should be a given.
So we spoke about that this weekend also. We had a good old time with that piece. And I mean, we got the men hyped. I appreciate them for being honest.
But it's
they
true.
got real honest about it. And one's perspective is all the men gonna show up.
Well, I would think
Are they gonna show up for that part?
I would think you should show up. Now, I'm gonna be this dude. If you are pregnant, had a baby, and you're gonna ask for services. Because if the guy's not involved and you somehow say, oh, damn, I got to take care of this baby myself, you're going to ask for services, WIC, that type of stuff.
Okay.
So my thing is, you can't get WIC. You can't get no support. You can't get jack until we can prove the state who that baby's father is. Because once we can prove who that baby father is, now we can attach his ass and get his money. So there is no discussion about, oh, well, I don't know. It was so many different people.
There is no option for a child to be fatherless, then is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
If you're going to say you need help.
Absolutely. Especially with these dumb motherfuckers now done passed this law that women can't have abortions. So if women are forced to have these kids, however, and that's another story for another day. But if you force women to have kids and not have an abortion, then this makes sure you make the fucking man accountable for taking care of the baby. So that means we do a DNA test. We make sure it's tied to that motherfucker.
But how do we force the man to do the DNA test? So she just has to make a claim that that's his baby, and then he gonna get subpoenaed.
He got to be.
get to get the test. And
Have to, because again,
this can be a long drawn out process, I'd assume,
well,
as far as the court systems are concerned.
but you know, and I look at it like this: when you go to the hospital and have a baby, they're not cheap. You go to the hospital and have a baby, that bill's probably going to be about $10,000 to $15,000.
Yeah,
these
easy.
days.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, if the DNA test is about $500 or even $1,000, just throw that.
No, I
into the
think
bill.
isn't it like $250 nowadays? This is 2023. That
damn.
test is so basic now. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. A basic DNA test.
It's $250.
It should be. It should be free at this point.
It should be.
You know how stuff that like the technology becomes so basic. Like it's so much DNA that you can get. Like it's not like, oh, you scraping it from a crime scene and trying to amplify it. And, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get
That's
more
true.
of it and make it bigger. No, you got a nice big sample. This is an easy test to conduct.
So
Let's
that's
just
what I'm
keep
saying.
it real.
And that's why I said now we make women accountable. Both should be accountable. So
Yeah,
if
no,
she's
women
having a baby,
have to be accountable by default unless they just decide, you know, hey, I don't want this child and I'm giving it to the father or to somebody else to raise.
and so we need to
Right.
know who the father is.
Yeah.
So that should happen. Because here's another interesting point I read. The little secret that nobody want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Between 5 and 30% of kids are born, but the father is not really the father.
It's not a secret.
Well, that's what they
I'm
say.
sorry, did you say between 5 and 30%?
Between 5 and 30%.
So a nigga just threw a dart at a board and said, fuck it, here's two numbers. Here you go. Like, what kind of percentage you...
Yeah, what type of
Like,
what type of thing
like 10
that
and
the
15%.
margin of error
The
is
margin
too
of error is
big.
25%.
Yeah, it's too big. It's too broad.
Nigga said, fuck it, it's 5 and 30. All right, 5 and 30.
Which makes me feel like if we go somewhere right in the middle of that, we're about at 12%.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's not even like, and then out of the 12%, I'm going to assume that some of those men had said, you know what? I love you. We was on, you know, separated situation times, or we're young and dumb. I had a situation where old girl picked up the phone and said, I think it's your baby. I don't know. I mean, it could be your baby, and I'm just being honest about it. You know, we was we was together, but we went our separate ways, and I did me, you did you, and it just might, and it came out not being, you know, they baby, and the guys was fine.
Well, he was cool with it?
A few, not one. Not one.
Oh.
This didn't happen once. And I mean, the children today are teenagers type of thing. And, you know, some of them are toddlers. I mean, because this does happen. And, I mean, that's their girl. And their relationship was their relationship. And I'm assuming that the guys did their dirt and the woman did her shit. And they decided that what was between them was going to be, you know, between them and whatever was a product of the bullshit that they went out into the streets and did. They would take care of it within their household, and that's what happened. So out of that 12% of men who are saying that they didn't know that that's their child, I'm going to say that at least 50% of men who know that that's not their damn child. So now we got 6% left. Don't give a shit about the 6% of y'all who don't know that that's not your baby, and old girl played you because y'all been playing bitches out for too long. Carry on.
Oh no! Oh Lord!
Sorry, but I do think that it should be a mandatory DNA test. I do think that. But fuck that stat.
Oh man! And when he said it, it was like he said, and of course he said that's worldwide.
Yeah.
He used it, with that statistic is kind of fucked up, y'all. I mean, he said it. I read it. I looked at it. I said that shit crazy.
On the mic with M&T does not co-sign that
we don't.
statistic
I just
in
threw that
any
shit
way,
out
shape,
there,
or form.
and I just
We're just
kinda-
telling you what we had heard.
What we heard, and if I can find better, I will tell you better. But right now, that's,
Look, just like we always say, nigga who came with the stat, be better and do better. Because that's a wild percentage. That's a wild percentage.
yes, that was
You have
crazy.
30% of men signing off on children that's not theirs. That's too big of a
That's some
percentage,
crazy
man. Bitches be dead. out
A
here.
lot of women be dead
Yeah, men
at that
be
point.
in the prison system over decapitating broads' heads. No, that's false.
Yeah, that's some
them-
crazy
them-
shit.
And first of all, she would have had to be messing around with your cousin, brother, or father for the babies. Like 30% of the men. Nah.
That's a lot.
She's messing with your brother. She's messing with your cousin because that baby look
God
just
damn.
like you.
Yeah, that's
for 30% of the men to not know and to age out. Nah.
That's
and they
crazy.
still living.
Yeah,
Nah,
still
that baby look just like
living.
him. That's why that
God
lie kept
damn.
on going.
And the crazy thing is, another question: how are women confused about the baby daddies?
What you mean confused?
How do women say? And we see it all the time. We see that shit on divorce court or especially paternity court. They had a
What you talking
whole
about?
goddamn.
They don't know who their daddy is.
I don't know.
Or they don't.
I told him he's a possibility. They can.
First of
How many
all,
motherfuckers you fuck to get to that a
that's not
possibility?
fair. That's not fair. A man can have sex with more than one woman in the weekend.
Absolutely.
That's his business. Now this
In the
bitch-
day.
in the day, and
Absolutely.
that be just his business. He just whatever doing his own shit, and it be normalized, and that's his business. We talking about somehow she ain't know who her baby daddy was. It's a 2-week span. 2 weeks.
I know, but damn.
2 weeks.
I know, but damn.
This bitch is, she was living a different lifestyle. I don't know what to tell ya. I don't know why she was being loosey-goosey with her shit.
Nah,
I don't know.
I mean, Lucy Goosey's
I don't know.
accurate.
That's true.
Because if you want to just keep it 100, how do you not know? That's because, biologically speaking, you don't know because you had a few that was on the roster in 2 weeks.
God damn.
Maybe 3. It's
Good
actually not a
Lord.
maybe. I'm lying when I say 3 because I want to
Wow.
give us the benefit of the doubt. But it's a 2 weeks. Solid.
Good
2 weeks.
Lord.
And it's not good. Good Lord is when it's like 10. Good. What? She tested 10 men?
Oh, we've seen it.
Oh,
Man!
no. And she had a
one
good
girl who's
time.
on Maury?
She had a good time. Some of that was in the same night.
Yes.
Some of that had to have been in the same night.
Girl, it
Because
was
that didn't add up. 2 weeks and it's more than 10 men. No. Numbers got to make sense, baby.
Girl, let me
Numbers
tell you,
got
T,
to make sense.
there was a woman on Maury. I think her name was Marisol. That was her name.
Wow.
She was on there for 10 fucking years looking for like the father of 3 of her kids. She pulled, I think when they finally stopped, she pulled like 23 dudes in there. And come to find out, they only found one of the baby daddies of the 3 kids she had. She had a baby by, only person they found out was the damn taxi cab driver who was bringing her to the Mars show for, well, I don't know, maybe the 20th time when she was coming in there. And she had sex with the damn taxi cab driver.
So she's just real loosey goosey, but outside of that, she's silly too. Like she don't even know when she act. Like she doesn't even understand her body. She doesn't.
Obviously.
She doesn't even know when she was doing nothing.
Oh, she was
didn't
going
know-
crazy.
No,
She's going crazy.
In other words, she
She's
don't
hard in
remember
the
her
paint.
cycles. She don't remember when she real life had sex with these men. She don't real life remember when she had interactions. Like, oh, maybe he was this week. Shit, maybe that was that. Nah, these weeks is running together type
God
of shit.
damn.
Yeah, like she's a little bit aloof. Like she's not paying attention. And as a
And-
woman, Moria teach you. And if ain't nobody was willing to teach you, Moria teach you real quick that men and women not equal. Because old
No.
boy was fucking just as many women as she was fucking. And just like we just said, he was fucking a few bitches in a day. And you could been fucking 2 niggas in that whole week. And you going to be looked at crazy.
Absolutely.
And that man is going to be looked at regular. Like,
Yes. Yep.
what's what
Okay.
you talking about? He did the same thing, but nobody cares about that. What about you?
About
and that's
you.
what ends up happening is that we out here screaming out equal rights. Yeah, I'm be just like a man. Never. We could never be just like a man. And it's never going to be equal. And we can never move and have, sexual liberation like how, a man claims or the feminist act claims to have. Because at the end of the day, you get knocked up, you get pregnant, and you have questions about who the father is of your child, doesn't matter what type of woman you thought you was. Doesn't matter the type of woman who you was trying to be. Doesn't matter any of those things. You looking crazy now because you didn't move with a sense of maturity. And the bottom line is, not to say it can happen to anybody, but a woman could be in any place in her life, and depending on where your mental space is at and the type of choices, because it all boils down to the choices that's being made.
Absolutely.
Who you allowing into your personal space and the choices that you're making with these men, that could be you.
Absolutely.
And so the very idea that you ever think that you can step up off of your pedestal and play a game that is for common folk. That's for that's for commoners to play. Yeah.
Keep it real. It's
Like straight up.
Yes.
When we want to talk about who's playing out here, that's commoners' games. You spreading your seed all over the place. Only people who's able to spread their seed all over the place is people who ain't worth shit. Like
Ain't
real
shit.
life. Ain't shit niggas. And you think that because you high earning, you don't value your money if you high earning and you got your seeds spread all over the place. You don't even get it. Only thing you know how to do is generate money, but you've depleted the very idea of generating wealth.
Absolutely. You're absolutely fucking right, because there's guys out here, in particular, one we talked about earlier. The motherfucker had 30 kids by 11 different women.
He didn't give a damn.
He didn't
He's
give a
a bottom
fuck.
feeder.
Yeah,
He's
absolute.
an opportunistic style man. He don't know if he coming or going, and he's just a foolish man. And the very
Absolutely.
idea that women allow him access to their body over and over again, it shows you the type of women that he's dealing with. That thing said that man is sending home $1.48 per woman. It's
Per month.
11 women. It's 11 women. It's 30 kids. 11 women, 30 kids, average 2-3 children per household.
What the fuck they gonna do with
$1.48?
$1.48?
Listen, you can't even go to the grocery store and buy a bag of dry beans today.
I'm
for
sorry, $1.48 a month, right?
A month.
A month.
Right?
month.
$1.48 a month for 30 kids, right? So $1.48 is going to each of the mothers,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
logically speaking, right? If it was $2, that nigga paying $42 in child support.
Yeah.
That's if it was $2.
Yeah.
Because
That's quick maths.
That's
So
fucked
like,
up.
come on, dog.
Yeah.
And because he told the judge, I'm only making $7.25 an hour. I'm making minimum wage. Can you guys give me a break? Motherfucker should have
What's-
realized when you had 30 fucking kids, 30 fucking kids, that it's gonna cost him. And now he expect the damn state to say, well, you know what? We are taking half your money, because they're taking half.
But no. That's not no half, bro. That's not no half.
Half of his paycheck.
That's not no half. At what point can we mandate the vasectomy if we gonna like mandate that the
You
state
ain't
help
fucking
pay?
lying. I'm all for
You
it.
gonna ask somebody to help pay? We gotta help cut that shit off, because no. And these children, this is child abuse, child
Absolute
endangerment.
fucking child
You
abuse.
got a whole lot of things, all types of messed up at this point, bro. You need to go to jail. That's because this is criminal.
Sorry, little Jimmy. Johnny took 87 cents this month, so
Yeah.
you ass out. Like, come on, dog.
Like,
That's insane.
And-
And then what state he
Tennessee.
living in to where that's the
Fucking
same one that
Tennessee.
keep passing all these crazy laws, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
They worry more about fucking drag shows and shit,
Yeah.
but fuck the drag shows. What would these
What
motherfuckers
happened
have
to
all these
your
20 kids?
minimum wage? Let's talk
Exactly.
about that. In 2023, your minimum wage is $7.25.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
just like,
no.
so in that state, you should know, first of all, I ain't gonna make shit. Obviously, I'm not gonna make a lot of money. Because there's some high earners in Tennessee. I'm pretty sure there's high earners in every
Everywhere.
state.
Yeah.
But the likelihood of a lot of people in Tennessee making a lot of money ain't as high as it would be in New York or here in
Okay,
D.C., Maryland, Virginia,
Right.
California. So any woman who find a dude like that, the first thing you should do is say, I can't get pregnant by this motherfucker. I need to do something. I need let it loose on my arm, my back.
I don't want
knee.
to inhale this man's air. I'm not even breathing in the same room as old boy.
Oh my God, you are fucking
Let
right.
alone letting him access my body. Mr. 27 kids, and I'm going to come through and add on his last 3? No, I will not.
No.
Mr. 11? No.
11
No.
women,
It's no
20, 30 fucking
way.
kids, and that's
And
crazy.
this man game is tight.
What fucking kind of game he got?
It's amazing. I mean, the sweet nothings in the air, the sex game. I mean, it's got to be. It must. It just must.
It got. To
I mean, he must be singing these jokers to sleep, and I mean, I shit.
putting them to sleep.
I mean, he got to.
He got to put them to sleep.
Listen, the same 11 women came back more than 2 times.
Absolutely. That absolutely. And here's the
Keep
other
it
thing we're not.
100. Like, wow.
One thing we're not talking about. Those 30 kids, don't know how they are in Tennessee, but those
Wow.
fucking 30 kids could very well intersect each other's lives.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not the kind of father, which I hate to say, maybe he's not that kind of dude, but I'm assuming he's
They
not
don't
that
have
kind of
family
dude.
reunions together.
No. That now those kids could fuck around because you all got different last names. Maybe.
We don't know.
We don't know. So now they could end up fucking around and having kids by their brothers and sisters.
Messing around with siblings because they don't know
Why?
each other.
Because your mom and your dad some tricks.
Because it's too many of y'all playing around this giant pool of each other.
A giant pool, because you all gonna go to the same school. Because here's the other thing: I'm going to assume that these poor ladies are living in subsidized housing. Just going to assume that. I don't think they're high earners that's looking for a dude that made $7.25
I
an
don't
hour.
think any high earning woman would sit there and say, I want to be one of 11 baby mamas. For any nigga.
I mean,
Anybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
that
can
means
agree to that.
society is going to suffer.
Yeah.
Because you done set these fucking kids up for failure. Because
Yes.
you're a broke ass motherfucker who's making $7.25. Your mama's probably ain't working, or if they are working, they're probably making $7.25 an hour. So now these
But
kids
where
they get the
did
best
you-
education.
See, this goes back to the other one where he says, y'all women having, going back to the same guy over and they
Over
you
and
really are.
over
I don't
again.
know these types of women though. I'm gonna be honest. I don't off the top of my head I can't say I know this type. Because this is baffling.
It's crazy, but it's happening over and over. There's a lot of women walking around in the United States, I'm just saying the U.S. only, that probably have 2-3 kids by the same dude who hasn't married them. Haven't thought about marrying them. Ain't talk about marrying them, but they're still fucking with them.
I mean, he take care at home or whatever. That's what they saying.
He take care of home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he take care of...
Because you took away the requirement, and then you also took away the prize to attain that requirement. Mm-hmm. And so now it's you ain't got nothing for him to strive to for the marriage, like because if for him to marry you, he had to do A, B, and C still. And he still wanted those things, then it would be a reason to do it, right? Like, in order for you to get children from me, you have to require me, you have to marry me in order for me to move in with you and cook for you regularly and clean for you regularly, do your laundry. You have to marry me. Like, you might date a guy and make him a meal or two, but you're not cooking for him breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You gotta marry me for that type of thing. There's certain requirements that you have to make before you give them, right? And if you gave away everything, you gave away all the recipes, you gave away all the children, you gave away, the ability to live with, right? Because that's a privilege also.
Absolutely.
The very idea that you get to cohabitate with me, right?
Absolutely.
That too is a privilege, and once you give those things away, then what else is left? What I need to marry you for? I got all the things that's marriage like.
I have milked the cow. I've now took all the milk from the cow. Now I'm going to kill the cow, and I'm going to go ahead and use the meat. I just find me another cow. Or if you don't give me milk, I'll find another cow with some milk.
And it's not right? But I don't know how to fix it. Because for the situations, most of the situations, you can't just leave. Right? Like that would be foolish. Like, I'm gonna just leave him and then hopefully he'll do better. Normally, the guy's not gonna do better because you left.
No.
Right? They never quite get it that you left for them to
Nope.
do the better. They
Nope.
just kind of, oh,
She gone.
she gone. Let me carry on and do the better that she wanted elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
because now I know where I messed up at, and now the next woman, she, even if she doesn't require it per se, right? They know that you have to do the better, right, in order so that this woman doesn't leave per se.
Up and leave you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Because the thing is, it's so easy to find another woman like that.
It is.
So easy. Because it's like, okay, you cause me problems. Okay, yeah, I may have to pay some child support, but somebody else going to take me in. Somebody else going to make, I'll make them happy.
Yeah, especially the women of today who, is earning, right? And perhaps she's also has children, right? And like perhaps she also has a child support order of her own. Like
God
the
damn.
household sometimes gets set up, and the male goes into a household and he can be just fine in several different instances. Whether it is that he goes home by himself, he's still fine.
Damn.
Right? Whereas the
Yeah.
woman, like,
You need
most
somebody.
of them don't even remarry or actually
No.
go on to marry. So you couldn't get the guy who fathered the 3 children from you,
Nope.
right? He didn't marry you, or he didn't do the better, and then you thought you could leave him an incentive for him to do the better, right? Which he didn't.
Nope,
He
he
just
ran
ended up
away.
left, and then you go out to find the better, and God damn it, it got worse out there.
Hey, producer, how many men out there, just decent men, are looking for women with 2 or 3 kids?
None.
Especially, you talk about young.
No, because who?
Let's be real.
I don't know. I will say I don't know any man who wants to raise another man's child.
Yeah, because it's a falsity to think that you can be engaged with another man, right? And even if your children's father is the best father, right? Like, hands down, my man do basketball practice. He take baby girl to cheerleading practice. One kid, wants to be an artist. He's all in. He hands in with everything. He comes to the after school pickups. He's there for the recitals. He on the phone FaceTiming. He reads stories at night via the cell phone. This guy can be the most stand-up guy, but he doesn't live in the home. And so anytime you're involved with another man and you want to remarry, or you want to, and technically it should be marrying, but you want to bring another man into the home, he has to take on a fatherly role to the children in the house, or else what are you, a tree? The kids just walking past you?
Well, it depends on that kind of relationship you're going to have, too.
Which
Because,
is-
some women that, may not want you to say nothing to that kid.
Which is out of order. You need to leave. If you come into a household and you cannot lead in certain parameters of the household, it is inappropriate for you to be there, because it's going to be to the point where I'm used to you blocking your leadership here, right? So when it comes time for me to block your leadership in another space, how's that going to go? I'm going to put up a real big fight, because I'm used to blocking your leadership in certain places, because I was able and used to blocking your leadership as far as it comes with my children. If I allow you into my household, if I allow you into my life, and I allow you as my lead, my headship, it is what it is. There are no exceptions to the rule. That's it.
Well, a lot of women, they're the head of the household. They're the alpha and the omega.
I mean, and it's allowed. You married her, and you married her and had allowed that before you even put the ring on her finger. You knew she was like that, and you was okay with that. Y'all didn't work on that. You didn't go to counseling. You didn't bring
Wow.
that to her attention. You said some slick stuff to her about it, but you didn't actually work on that with her. You didn't actually tell her how you internalized her behavior, how it really made you feel, how it made y'all look as a unit, how it made y'all move as a unit. You didn't say any of those things to her. What you actually did is you enabled that monster in her to grow into
Damn.
something that's even bigger. And so by now in time, y'all 20 years into the situation, and her monster's real big, and you know the monster's now coming for you and your lead in the household because it kind of always was able to knock you about because you just allowed it.
Mm-hmm.
What you want her to do now?
Well, see, this is what happens when you come into a relationship as a level 1 man.
There's levels to it. It is.
There's levels, and so these women keep looking for level 3 men, but they keep settling for level 1 men because it's easy. Because think about it, if you go for a level 3 man, he's assertive. He knows what the hell he wants,
and
he's
he doesn't allow you to talk any type of way that you want. Because what ends up happening is that you settle for a level 1 man when you can't handle level 3. When level 3 makes you feel like he makes you feel like your light is dim because all along you was messing around with guys who were a little bit dulled or dumbed down, and so your light could shine very brightly without you having to do much, right?
Absolutely.
And then as you rose up, right, and you were accessible to level 3 guys, hell, even level 4 type of fellas, and they did find you attractive, but because they challenged you on the type of woman that you were and the type of way that you moved, and you've not been used to being challenged before, right?
Absolutely.
Now you're like, whoa, I'm not rocking with him. He disrespectful. Because he wanted you to be more respectful.
That is
right?
the key. You want control, but you can't you can't be the head as a woman. And you say, I want to follow someone. You can't be the head. That means you have to, I don't even want to say bow down, but you have to succumb that position because you know what you're trying to do.
You have to submit to the person who is the head, and you have to be okay with that.
A lot of women don't like that.
Submission is not belittling.
Hey, a lot of women don't like that shit.
That's actually now my pit bull. Like, if I submitted to that man, he's my pit bull. Like, you talk to me out here in these streets crazy if you want to. It's a big man behind me now.
That's gonna whip ass.
Like, no, I walk around these streets real respectful, but don't start nothing. It won't be nothing because I'm going to be respected because I gave it and because I know who's standing behind me.
Absolutely.
And I did everything that was appropriate to have someone to be standing behind me.
Absolutely.
And that's the give and take of it.
And I think that's what's missing now. It's the give and take because everybody wants to have everything right now, and regardless of what it takes to get it. And you cannot be in a relationship like that, any kind of relationship, because if my way or the highway, well, you're gonna be by yourself. Yeah. Because if you get somebody that weak, you don't really want them anyway, because that means you have to think for them. You basically got a dependent. You got a motherfucker you put on your taxes. He's a dependent for you. But you need somebody that's gonna be working together. You know, the one thing is so crazy. I keep hearing people talk about, marriage, relationships. It's gotta be, he got to be able to do this for me. He got to be able to do that for me. She got to be able to do this for me. First of all, if a motherfucker tell you that you have to do something for me, that's a person you should be in. First of all, you should be in a relationship.
I think what we're mixing up is the people mentioning certain requirements, right?
Yep.
And then you taking the requirements so far.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because it is healthy, like we just said, it's healthy to have certain requirements. But if you think that you're the one who's in the relationship who's supposed to be served and you're not supposed to be serving, then you're confused and conflicted. Why you enter into the relationship if you don't want to give anything? Just like the woman who we saw on IG who the husband came home and she was eating a slice of pizza.
Oh,
he had pulled a 12, 14-hour shift. She's sitting there eating cold pizza. First of all, why was she even eating cold pizza? Like, that's number one. Why are you just putting trash into your body? And so now when the man comes in the house, he hungry. You was eating bullshit. So now what you got to offer? Bullshit. And so now he's sitting there talking about some weird food for me. You ain't even got no pizza for him. Talking about some, you want a bite? What?
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 Yes. You hungry? I got a bite of my pizza.
I'm hungry. But I don't want it. First of all, what type of man wants to come home from a 12-hour shift and eat pizza? I'm sorry, but let's keep it real.
Oh, real.
Like
cold, half-eaten pizza from leftover at lunch. That's in your house, dog.
Most men do not want to come home from work, a long shift, and fill up on delivery pizza.
Cold delivery pizza.
Like, no, it could have even been hot. It could have been fresh. Like, why would you order pizza?
Why would you order pizza after a long shift?
After a long shift? That's not how you take care of a man. That's not how you take care of yourself. That's number one. So why would you take care of a man like that?
And you know, he said this has been 3 months you've been doing this.
Yeah, this been 3 months. He need to call her mother. Somebody need to talk. Somebody got to talk to her. Auntie, somebody got
Yeah.
to talk to her
Yeah.
because it's out of order. That man said he did all that he was required to do, and she didn't do her required part.
The man said, I pay for the mortgage, I pay for the car payments, I pay for the family trips, I buy your clothes. And what the fuck she said?
That's what you're supposed to do.
And she was right. And he did what he was supposed to do. The problem there then lies, did you do what you were supposed to do? Because if you can tell somebody that, you know, that's what you were supposed to do, and you can check off that they did what they were supposed to do, that's great. That is
Absolutely.
excellent. But the next step is, now, did you do what you were supposed to do? Now, he sat there and listed off everything that he was supposed to do.
He sure did.
His responsibilities to the household and roles inside the household, right? Now, what's your roles and responsibilities to the household?
See,
And did you do them?
and she didn't. And you know what she also said? I ain't your mama.
No,
I'm your wife.
No, and
He should have said, I don't fuck with mama either.
yeah, because and I'm not your mother.
No.
I'm not. And I am your wife, you know?
Yes.
But the roles and responsibilities of a wife, they're also known, right?
Yes,
and
they
it's
are.
not the same roles and responsibility as his mama.
No, it surely isn't.
That Ben got changed in the bedroom.
Yes.
So you can play that card all you want, but at the beginning and the end of the day, when somebody gets to pouring into you and you don't pour back into them, you watch what the human nature does to that person. And when that person's miserable and stops pouring into you and starts taking takes family vacations into boys trips or trips with my cousins or my uncles or family reunions that you're not involved in,
Absolutely.
and your shopping trips get cut back less and less because he stopped working all that overtime. Why would I keep working overtime if she the one spending the money and going out shopping? The hell with her shopping.
Yep,
So now
absolutely.
you're getting more and more less and less comfortable.
Absolutely.
Right? That little piece of expense, now you can't afford to eat out, baby. You only got money to eat in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, that man can make you very uncomfortable by still doing the things that he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
See, he can also make you live by the bare minimum,
Yes.
right?
Very true.
And baby, as long as that mortgage bill is paid and them lights is on and there's food inside that household, that technically didn't he do what he was supposed to be doing?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, if you went
right.
shopping every other month, baby, you can go shopping twice a year and he can look at you like, I did what I was supposed to do. You got your winter clothes and your summer clothes. We could
Exactly.
carry on.
Carry on. Next, you're right.
Like-
Next, bitch. It's crazy to me that she came in her mouth like
Yeah,
that.
because the very idea that you want to be spoiled as a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And baby, I guarantee you, I want to be spoiled as a
Yeah.
woman. Okay.
Yeah, and
I
you
can
spoil.
guarantee you.
We will spoil the women. If we care about you, we're gonna spoil. We're gonna take care of you.
But if you have not figured out how to spoil your man
Ooh.
outside of sexual favors,
Hmm.
because I know it. Y'all love a good sexual favor. I know we got some. I mean, we got some good ones too. We got some tricks. Okay.
Yep,
There's
yep.
so many books out there, so many toys, so many contraptions,
There
so
you
many.
go.
Look, I mean, we having a good time.
There
right?
you go. There you go.
Toss a
Absolutely.
little brown or white in the mixing, baby.
Absolutely.
But
Hmm.
I don't only want to be spoiled in the bedroom. Why would a man want to find his only time to be spoiled is with sexual pleasure?
No, he does. He's a little more one dimensional than that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
and y'all
yeah.
shallow. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, y'all simple. Let me go with simple. Y'all are a simple type of people.
We are.
Right?
Yep.
But we can agree that the man does want to be spoiled and on a level that is more than sexual pleasure and favors.
Absolutely. And the thing is, as a person should be able to say, "What can I do for you?" Mm-hmm. And you should say, "What can I do for you?" In fact, you're both spending most time saying, "What can I do for you? What can I do for you?" Because again, you want your partner to be happy,
Yes.
and your partner should want you to be happy.
Yep.
So that means you're striving every day to make sure you make each other as happy as possible.
Absolutely.
The moment you start saying, "What can you do for me?" you got a problem.
Yep.
Houston, we got a goddamn problem, and we got to fix it.
Oh, what you ain't do that for me? You ain't do nothing for me. Oh,
Nothing.
I don't need to be doing nothing for you. You need to be figuring out what you should be serving up and giving. vice versa. As
See?
soon as we start getting selfish,
T, we understand. If what you don't do, there's a woman out here that would do it.
yeah,
Gladly do it.
gladly.
And they watch. Because women are very observant. You see things and you're like, and if you're that type of woman that says, you know what, I'm in a fucked up situation. He's a good guy. And I see the shit that he's going through. And don't let her be one of your friends. And ain't got nobody, and you fucking around, and she see you messing around,
I
fucking
mean,
it
it
up.
don't even gotta be your friend. It can just be a woman who met old boy at the grocery store, got his number, talked to him one good day, realized, oh nah, he might have that potential.
Right? And what? And see, there's a good potential. We're not talking about some bum who's living like
No,
we said
because
before.
truth be told, when the potential exists in the beginning, the potential is the first thing that you see, right? And the job is for you to fall through and make sure that potential actually becomes something that's like credible,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And for a lot of these guys, they're gonna check out. They're gonna check
Quick.
out, and what you, as the woman, is saying, he's not worth, or he ain't gave enough for me in order for me to give to him, or why would I be doing that, or I ain't doing all that, you doing too much for him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the next woman's gonna find value in him and say, you know what, I'm gonna take care of him because I'm gonna hope that he take care of me, and the more he takes care of me, the more she gonna take care of him because she's learned and she gets it.
Yes, she
And while
does.
you sitting there trying to figure it out, or you sitting there trying to take advantage of people, get over on somebody, or live a fast life, it's somebody who already did that, who already
Absolutely.
realized that don't lead to nothing but chaos and nonsense and back at zero.
Back at zero.
It's one thing when you get back to zero once, but you keep showing back up to zero.
Which tells me you didn't learn a goddamn lesson
You're
at all.
not learning from the lessons. You gotta learn from them because they being taught.
Yes.
Lessons always being taught, but you're not learning from them. You're not holding yourself accountable for what's going on in your life, for what you're doing. Okay, you ran into a guy, straight up, he was a bum.
Mm-hmm.
You fell in love with a bum. He had lots of attention, lots of time, lots of affection, very affectionate, lots of sweet nothings in your ear. He was charismatic. He was nice to your family. He was a great guy. When it was all said and done, he was still just a bum,
Absolutely.
right? You
Yep.
gotta accept that. You
And
gotta
don't live
hold
on
your-
it.
You don't. But you do gotta hold yourself accountable that, hey, I chose him.
Yep.
I saw he was a bum. He never did anything other than doing that. So why am I mad at him now for not being as great as I thought he could be?
Exactly.
Right? Because I thought he could be great. I mean, he was beautiful and everything. You know what I'm saying? He was
Yes.
gorgeous. He should have been so much more than he was. But you can't be mad at him
Nope.
for never coming up to the potential that you thought that he had.
And why do you think women spend so much time looking at the potential, and then you kind of see it at some point? Should be a point where like his potential is never gonna get there, but you still hanging there like hoping one day he'll see the light.
Now, once you've been spent on a man as a woman, that's the attachment piece right there, because you really not trying to spend yourself too many times on too many men. That's the problem, because you gave yourself away already. So now you out here trying to clean up your mess, which happens to a lot. That's why a lot of women stay in situations that they in, because they sexually they got entangled. They're tied up. They laid their body down. So now you feel like that's a body count for you, that they got added to your body count.
Yep.
Right? Like, this is foolish. It's very
Yes.
foolish. Because you feel like you slept with him, or even because you have a child with him. Right? You rather not cut your losses right now because you like, let me kind of ride it out because I'm going to try to be, humble. I'm trying to be a down chick. All the nonsense. But all the while, that the situation just doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Sometimes it's age, sometimes it's experience, and sometimes it's just, poor choices. Like, girl, get off that bus.
Yes. And
Get
you worry
the
about
hell off that
how they
bus.
look, how it looks
Yeah.
to people. Oh my God, I've been with him. I had a couple kids, and people think I look
Now,
a certain way.
It's a lot of times what people think, because people got stuff to say. Now, those same people who got stuff to say, they go back to their own jacked up, bullshit-ridden relationships and go do
That's
dumb
true.
stuff in their own stuff.
Oh, my
but then got
God.
their mouth open to you and your bullshit. Like, they'll lead you to believe that the infidelity that happened inside of your relationship is so extreme that you still with him? They would never, ever, ever, be honest with you about the infidelities that they've accepted
Nope.
over the years, but they gonna sit there and judge you because they actually got a chance to know about your stuff, right?
Exactly.
For whatever reason, in whatever capacity. And so the average person who real life moves within inside of a relationship and cares about what the next person says, feels, or thinks about their stuff, they're foolish.
They are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that you're fucking stupid. You
Yeah.
can't. You worry about somebody else's concern and opinion of your relationship.
Because when you real life look at other people's relationships, especially long standing relationships, baby, they done been through it.
Been
and
through hell and back.
Forgiveness,
Yes.
that's the thing that actually keeps the relationships going. That's what
Yep.
gets you to the point where you can actually thrive. And it's not to say that you forgive disrespect or, fuck shit, right?
exactly.
Because you got to have a standard.
You have
You
to.
have to have a standard. But your ability to forgive people and to keep it moving with dignity, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like, I'm not going to walk around and hold my head down because I forgave, my significant other for cheating on me, right? That's no dignity, bitch, you're a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's not your shame, number one.
Exactly.
So why would you walk around with your head down, but you said that you forgave him? Or why would you, condemn him or keep him inside of a doghouse 5 years later, but you said you forgave?
5 years later.
Yeah. Or you go around other family members or within a mixed company, you think it's okay to disrespect him because he's the cheater of the relationship, but you keep him, but you quote unquote forgave him.
Which is fucking stupid because you done told your entire family he had cheated on you. You done told the world he had
And then
cheated
you
on
still talking trash about him in front of him. Oh, he ain't shit.
you. Yeah.
And he just sitting there with his face down, just like he grateful that you didn't break up with him, when you want to mess up a happy home. But bitch, you mad disrespectful, and don't nobody want to be, around this type of stuff.
No.
But that'd be the same type of person who talks shit to you about your relationship because you don't know nothing about what's going on with theirs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So the way you move with inside your relationship, whether your stuff became public or it's always been private, you can't do it based off of how other people gonna see, view, or comment on your stuff.
Absolutely
Because
not.
people always gonna have something to say. Look at me, I love talking. I ain't saying I'm talking shit about somebody else's relationship, but if I always got something to say about something, I'll be damned the next person ain't gonna have something to say about your shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if you actually got care, tell them shut up, mind your business. My stuff not for
Mind
you.
your fucking business. You're
Yeah,
right.
and you could do a real respectful, real polite. My stuff not for you.
Exactly.
And if you do an to a grown ass woman, it'll shut them up so quick.
Yeah, because first of all, that bitch just
Like
shush
she
me.
just at me. Yeah, I did because you're being childish.
Just shush me.
Yeah, my business not for you.
Oh,
See, now
shit.
you not gonna talk trash to me about me
Oh,
in my
no,
damn face. That's what you ain't gonna do.
Mm-mm. That's how you get slapped up.
Yeah, now go talk shit about me behind my back to such and such and go keep it moving and pray that I don't hear about it and check you later on it.
'Cause I'm gonna check you.
Yeah,
Definitely
pray I don't
fucking
hear
check you.
about it. Yeah, but we're not moving.
No.
And that's the reality of it, especially the young girls, right?
Yes.
As you move in the dating realm, in the relationship realm, because it's really beyond dating. Once you get
Yeah.
into these relationships with these men that become very sticky and very entangled, right? It's kind of I can get out, but I can't get all the way out type of thing,
See,
right? You kind of
yeah,
halfway in, but I'm kind of trying to halfway out type of thing. You worrying about what other people thinking about, you know what I'm saying? If I should go left or if I should go right, and it's like the reality of it is, Auntie Ben had crap ass relationships. That's why she in the situation she in. They marriage, they barely married.
Barely.
and that's why they look so good, because they just barely married.
Barely
They don't
married.
even sleep in the same damn bedroom in their household, so don't let their marriage goddamn fool you.
Exactly.
And they technically pretending to be married, and they ain't never really gone down to justice of peace. So please don't let what they talking
Goddamn.
about,
That's true.
even
That's fucking
even
true.
get to you. But because you're so young, right, or
Yep.
you lack experience, you look on, you hear what people are saying, and then you create your own illusion of what they got going on. And so
Yep.
now what they say, it feels something on you. Girl, if you don't wake up,
Wake
but
the fuck
these
up.
crazy ass don't nobody make it to no 15, 20 years of no clean, crisp, no man kept, he's so, your husband's so respectful, he's so nice. He's a knuckle at the end of the day some days. Okay?
Yep. Yes.
All men can act up.
Well,
All men
everybody
can
can.
get fed up. They can get all the way taken off the deep end. I don't care how good of a guy you have been, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife can tell me that, there's some days where I almost had to take that man's head up off his shoulders because he got carried away.
And it happens. Like I told you in one
Mm-hmm.
of the early podcasts, some days you wake up, you stick the mirror underneath her nose, and God damn, that bitch still breathing.
Yeah, yeah.
But you'll still get up and you'll put your clothes on and you go to work because even though I feel like this now, I love this goddamn woman.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
going to do what's best for the unit, for
Yeah,
the team.
yeah.
And we're going to do what we got to do.
Because you don't stop providing because you feel a certain type of way about people. That's the other thing. That's when stuff gets messed up.
Yep.
Is when I'm so angry at you or I'm so mad at you that I say, to hell with the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, to hell with the whole situation? Huh? You want everything to go up in the flames? So you want the children to starve? That's
Yeah,
what you
it's
saying.
like,
So
fuck
now
that.
the kids can't get winter boots because you telling everybody to
Fuck everybody. I don't give a fuck about
I ain't
nobody.
going to work. Like, huh?
No, what are you
come on,
doing?
Bro.
So what the fuck you
Come
doing?
on.
But see, that's what happens when you become accountable. When
Yes.
and men and women become accountable.
Yes.
Boys and girls
Yep.
don't become accountable because they don't want to take that responsibility.
Yes.
So and that's what we go back
it's
to.
with the boys. Oh, that ain't my kid. Or fuck her. She messing with somebody else. I ain't paying for that. Somebody else can take care of them goddamn kid.
Exactly.
No, baby. Be accountable for your children.
Yes.
Whether they yours inside your roof, whether that's still your girl or not.
Mhm. Yes.
Whether you're mad, sad, whether she broke your heart, whatever.
It's time to man up and
Mm-hmm.
woman up. And
Ladies, even though he broke your heart,
yes.
because he did break your heart, right?
Yes.
You
Yes, he did.
cannot block that man's relationship with his children.
No, you
you
sure
have
can't.
to be held accountable for that shit.
Yes.
Later
Yes.
on, them kids gonna grow up and say, "Ma, I know Dad broke your heart, but why did I have to suffer for that? I ain't been right with Dad since I was 15 years old, not because my dad was a dirtbag, but because you were sad and mad at that man, and you took
Absolutely.
it out on me.
Yes.
How dare you?
And
How
now-
dare you?"
And see, and that's what a lot of kids have to deal with. And for
Yeah.
men, you can't fucking
And
cop out.
that's what a lot of the men also have to deal with.
Yep. But again, as a man,
Mm-hmm.
you have to now start looking at shit logically. We all have emotions. We all have emotions. You have to know how to handle it, and that's the difference between men and boys.
But that, you know what, that's also the difference between the tangible side of the parenting, child support, court systems things, right? The woman has some place to go to say, hey, the man is blocking the finances to the child, right? He's blocking financial support here, right?
Absolutely.
Where does the man go to say that the woman's blocking the relationship? She's harboring hate
Damn.
into the child, and now the child doesn't even want to answer the phone when I call.
Oh,
The child doesn't even want to come outside when I pull out. It's hard to enforce a visitation order, right?
That's true.
To a 13-year-old, right? I'm gonna call the police on your mama. I'm gonna call the police on your daddy, right? to come
Yeah.
outside this house. A 13-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you could pull that when the kid is like 4 or 5 and it kind of becomes oblivious to that age
Yeah.
group. But by the time a kid is 12, 13, 14, mama in the background screaming, "Your father done got the nerve to call the police on me, trying to enforce a child visitation order." Like, how? That's damaging.
And you have damaged that kid way before 13.
Yeah, I mean, and because your gums is like this and they won't stop. Whereas my mother, let my father put any hurt on her. Oh, I'm just a kid. I don't know nothing. I'm going outside playing. I'm out there on the swings. I'm getting it. I'm out there on the slides. By the
There you
time
go.
that woman probably in there cussing that man out.
From A to Z and back to A again.
Now let you walk in the house and she cussing. Hey, get up. Pause that whole conversation. Kick you right outside that house. By the time you come back in, dinner's cooked. House is regular. Life is normal.
Everybody talking. Ain't no bad feelings. Ain't no hard feelings.
Parents today.
Because they're immature. It's because they're kids. They don't want to be accountable.
They're childish.
Childish, but you're playing adult games.
Yeah, because we're not kids anymore.
No.
Baby, 22 is not a kid.
No.
If you decided to be a young mom, you're not a teenage mom.
Nope. You're
So
a
the
young
game
mom.
that you're playing is your choice. You could have went to college. You could have joined the military. Could have joined, the Peace Corps.
Peace
You
Corps.
could have did whatever. Hell, Job Corps. I don't know what type of corps you want to be involved in. You could have
Exactly.
did anything with your life, but you chose to have children. You wanted to be super grown.
Yep.
So
and play the game.
now you step up to that situation and you protect your child
You have to protect your child.
and you foster the right
you
relationship.
got to, because you don't foster a good relationship with your kid, with your father.
Mm-hmm.
You now set this kid up to search for love in all the wrong places. Because kids have to be loved. They have to understand their love. Do you know the reason why so many people fucked up now? Because they never felt love as kids.
Oh no, we had that conversation 2 weeks ago on my birthday.
See?
Uh-huh.
So
At the
now
di-
they're
at the
looking
dinner
for
table.
it. They're
Yeah.
searching for it. And then you set these kids up as puppets. So when they get out there and the first dude says, I love you, now all of a sudden draws come off, mouth wide open. I found love. No, you just found someone who saw you. You're as clear as glass. He see how needy you are. He see the hurt. He see the crack kid who's now broken adult. Now he sees this. So he's not going to do it for himself.
Yeah.
Or for you. My fault.
He's going to take on the opportunity for himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you're going to attract opportunistic style men because you don't have anything great to offer.
Nope.
And so why would you attract a great guy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about that. You have
Like,
to
it
ask
just
yourself a
doesn't
question.
even
What are
make
you
sense.
offering? If you ask him, so what do you see? Now, of course, he's going to say your looks, your beauty. But if he doesn't say anything after that, then you have to ask yourself, it's about the looks. It's superficial for him. It's not like he loves the quality.
And sometimes the looks is just what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
humoring the situation. I'm going to just tell her everything that she want to hear because I'm just trying to get just a little bit closer and closer to I hit the jackpot. And, that was a good time.
Yes, I want to get
You
that.
know?
I want to get that pot of honey. And when I get that pot of honey,
Yeah.
and you keep giving me that honey, I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
taking all that honey until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
And when it's
until you
gone-
stop me.
Yep, and then I'm gone.
Until I get bored of finding that pot.
Because there's always a pot of, because you as parents who don't do what you're supposed to do, you allow your kids pots of honey be taken from them, or you allow them to give their pots of honey up.
It's without much value.
No value at all.
Yeah, you don't put I hate to say, you don't put a proper price on it, right?
No.
Because it is, right? I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah.
want to put it like that, but that's definitely what it boils down to.
Yes.
It in its most pristine shape is going to be, technically most valuable if you hold out for, a valuable style man.
Yep. Because think about
It
it.
still is what it is.
You get on a 1963 Corvette and get $100,000 for it if you keep it in pristine condition. Or you can try to sell a 1970 Ford Pinto for $100 and nobody still wouldn't buy it.
True that.
Because it has a lot of miles, it's been
Yeah.
used up, it's been
It's
beat
just
up.
done.
It's just done. It's just
Who want
there.
that?
Nobody want that. So people got to be accountable.
Yep.
We go back to accountability. You have to be accountable for everything you do. It's not nobody else's fault. It's not somebody. Don't point that blame at everybody else. Don't put that finger at somebody else because there's always four
It
pointing at
starts
you.
off with your choices. And
Yes.
then after you make that choice, you have to, you got to be mindful. You're going to be held accountable for every choice that you make. Whether
Absolutely.
you want to or not. Life is going to force you into it.
Exactly. And-
Whatever
and
you do.
it's
You're
going to
gonna
make.
just
It's going to be accountable for
sit in
it.
it.
You got to be. So as we always say, goddamn people, do better. Just do better. Do better in everything in life. Your decision making, do better. Don't be emotional, be logical. Emotions have gotten people in so many fucked up positions and situations.
Yeah, but see, you have to be emotional. Don't move on the emotion. Right?
Yes.
Hey, give yourself the moment, the time, the space to be emotional. Right? Just don't move and act on the emotions.
No, please don't.
Because that's foolish.
It is. It really is.
As the man and as a woman. Especially as a
Absolutely.
man. But come on, women.
Everything
You
you
know-
gonna do is on emotion.
You
Go
good?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say it goes back to something you mentioned at first. I think journaling is a big thing, especially when you have a lot of emotions, to just process and break it down. Like the reason people make decisions when they're emotional is because you feel like that's the one moment you have that up and go, that rev of energy to say like, oh, I'm gonna go do
That
this.
adrenaline rush.
That
Like,
adrenaline
let's
rush, that
go.
pump, like let's get it.
Yeah.
But in some instances, it's not the play. Like sometimes you might just want to be like, I want that nigga to burn. I want her to get hit by a car. Then write that down. Be like, man, I really wish that bitch got hit by a car, man. I really wish she got ran the fuck over. Before you get in your car and then go try to light her house on fire. Like,
Yes.
before you get in your car and say, I'm gonna go slash his tires. Like, you need to get that emotion out. So taking the time to maybe journal would save you from making expensive ass mistakes that you will have to pay for long after the emotions subside.
And doing things that it's hard to come back from.
Yes.
Because what ends up happening is that we lash out on each other with so much emotion, and you say things or you do things to people in the name of emotion, and some of those things is hard to come back from.
I'm glad you said that. I always tell people this. Don't say what you want to say to somebody in a heat of emotion, because once you say, you can never take it back,
Yeah.
and that person will never forget it. They'll tell you, oh, that was emotional. But in the back of their head,
They remember how you was able to scar and hurt them. And a lot of times it's with something that you told them, and when you were vulnerable.
yep.
Right, or an experience that y'all had together when you was vulnerable, and that was trusted. And in the heat of the moment, it's almost like an act of betrayal when you said it out loud. Or
Absolutely.
if it's like a domestic situation and we get into an altercation, it's like a betrayal, right? You put your hands on me or I put my hands on you, right? It's hard to come back from acts
is.
of betrayal.
It is.
And
It
for a
really
lot
is.
of people, that's how it gets internalized.
Yep.
And so the more emotional we get, it's fine to have the emotions. It's just that when we act on the emotions, like you said, we get revved all the way up, adrenaline rushing, and that's when we got that energy to do whatever. I'm telling you, I could take your head off your shoulders right now with my bare hands. That's how much
Absolutely.
strength I feel like I have, right?
Yep,
I'm out here
that's
on some
true.
She-Hulk stuff.
Yes.
That's how the emotions have you.
That is
You
so
be
damn
revved
true.
up. Now let
Because-
you act on it, try to take your man head off his shoulders. How he gonna feel about that later on?
That is going to be something you cannot bounce back from.
You're
I'm going
not
to say that.
just
You
gonna
won't be able to
come
bounce
back
back from
from
that.
that.
Nope. As Judge Tola used to say, don't pay the stupid tax.
Because that would be it.
The stupid fucking tax.
Yeah.
Don't do
Because
that.
you're gonna pay for that for a long time. That trust has now been obliterated. It's gonna be hard to get that back.
Absolutely.
Don't act on emotion. Don't act on emotion.
Nope. Don't do it. Y'all don't do it. So, with that, I can't say anything more. The producer and T has said it all. So with that, we're going to end this episode on the mic with the M.
Auntie.
Peoples, you know what you need to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and come set a spell next time with us here on the mic with the M and T. Peace and love.